Welcome, everyone, to the Dharma discussion group with Khenpo Tenzin. Today, Khenpo had mentioned he wanted to talk about the Samaya of empowerment. But if other people have some questions they came with, perhaps we start with those. What do you want to do, Khenpo?
I think first start individual questions, and then we discuss on the samayas. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll start with the people in the temple. If you have a question, if you can raise your hand.
Yes, what's the difference between the practice of Tara, that you say that it purifies all the obstacles in this life, and with the practice of Vajrasattva, that also is purification? So what is the difference? Maybe one is only Tara for this life and Vajrasattva for all of lives, or what is the difference?
Oh, yes, thank you. Actually, Vajrasattva, Tara are inherently same. Their beneficials are same. They benefit in the same way, and but they appears. They both appears from Dharmakaya, and then they both also help us to purify obstacles and obscurations in this life and Pardo life. So Pardo, that's Pardo means between stage. So this life and another life. So then what is different between Tara and Vajrasattva is from their side there is no difference. But for the sake of practitioners, they are slightly different. Because some has connection with Vettara, because our body established, outwardly our body established by elements. So then our mind established by karma. Actually, our body is also related to the karma, but it is uncommon cause is element. That means elements combined, many elements combined. So that's where, for example, some colors are immediately can dissolve each other's. That means the color or the kind of lights. Right now we have lights in this temple. And these lights very easily can dissolve into the sunlight. That means that they have same kind of how to say, they have same color. Their colors are same. So through this significant or spatial interdependence, so for example, if we're talking about colors, some colors can mix. For example, some piece of white color and if we dissolve mix with another white color, they are easily we can mixed. And the red color and then green color, if we try to mix, it's not easy. So this outwardly, sometimes some people has a special connection with Vajrasattva. So they recite Vajrasattva mantra, practice Vajrasattva, immediately it purifies their obscurations and eliminates their obstacles. And some practitioners practice Vettara, and then it easily, how to say, increase their longevity and so forth. So that's the only differences. But still, that what we can say is Tara is for increase over longevity. So through Tara practice, we will be able to accomplish deathless, city of deathless. So in the relative level, deathless means we will be able to free from untimely death. And then this in the ultimate level, then we will be able to gain spatial realization that is deathless, birthless. That means all phenomena neither come nor go, something like that. Also, it's in Zambala says immortal life. That means then we can radiate our true nature or intrinsic awareness through from our Buddha stage, and then we will be able to understand everything is emptiness. So everything is deathless and birthless. So that is how Tara helps us. Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have a question?
Khenpo,
Hello.
with all the prayers, the billions and billions of prayers that are being said, why does it seem like things are getting worse?
What? Like, say again, sir.
Like all the millions and millions and billions of prayers that are being said, it seems like things are getting worse in the world.
Oh, why is it? I see. All right. I think actually my main answer is karma, because this is karma cause and effect. So this is my main answer, and then if I a little bit talk about this is number one, we practice more and more, and we increase merit more and more. So that's why then obstacles cannot stay permanently. So obstacles or maras scared and nervous, and they try to escape from in this world universe, and that's where they try to actually they are try to run away. So that's what we see. That's what we see. Another thing is also similarly we accumulate profound merit. That's where the remainder of these obscurations and negative karmas, they have small power, and then they tries to through towards us, through it towards us, but that means they almost kind of they become like a hopeless, that they don't have time to produce these their negative phenomena slowly. They just throw in this universe. So that's why this is the also one reason. And another reason is right now I'm talking about more kind of positive view of positive. So another reason is actually there will be start to blossom a fortunate eon. So that the unfortunate age almost ready to finish. So that's where that means someone seriously sick, but fortunately they are in the very good hospital. So doctors operate or surgery or give some injections or whatever they do. At that time, something happened. So that is the what. How should we think? So that means we don't want to being like hopeless and don't want to be upset. That's one thing. And then in generally, if I talk about my general perception, ordinary perception, I mean through ordinary perception, this is a degenerated time. So for that reasons, many people they possess very strong emotions, and then through that emotions, then they cultivate kind of negative karmas. So that this we call as common karma, common negative karma. Common, this collective karma,
Collective.
collective negative karma being together here. So that's why it happens. It happens, and then yeah, these things, all of these things are related karma, cause and effect, and then. Still, we are going to understand. We are means, especially young generations need to understand that it's this is a people's habit that First World War occurred, Second World War occurred. At that moment, people experienced intrinsic suffering, intrinsic or how to say, very tremendous suffering. So that's where they understood the value of peace and harmony. But after then that second generations, they just hear that what happened, but they did not experience in their life. So, but still, because of those people's advice or something, they love more peace, harmony, and something like that. And then after these people are totally so far from these those sufferings, and then they just they enjoy with kind of lots of good facilities. And then I mean it's people's habit means then they cannot be cannot use their kind of good merits peacefully, and then they utilize their self-grasping egocentric mind and then start to uh, create or start to produce lots of negative things. So that's where it happens. So mm, uh, so it does not mean that because we practice and recite prayers, that's where it happens. Not like that. Because we recite these millions of prayers, that's where we have daytime. And then because some collected many negative karmas, that way there was night. There is night. But after night, there is sun, daytime. After daytime, there is nighttime. This is alternatively coming like that. But yeah.
Another question. Is it best when we're saying mantras, especially the 100-syllable mantra, is it necessary to be sitting up straight when we do that, or can we be laying in bed and doing it?
Yes, these are actually either fine. either fine. The main thing is what position, what posture uh, helps you to be mindful on these recitations or prayers. That is the principle. Sometimes we sit like keep the meditation postures like 7 meditation postures, but then we are hurt every parts of our body, then we lost our concentration. So that's where sometimes we lie down in our bed and meditate or recite these mantras. Then we can focus there purely. That's where at that time in the bedroom is better. And sometimes we keep the 7 postures nicely and then recite mantras. At that time, our mind is very fresh and clear. So that's where at that time stay in the temper, and those are important. Kept postures are important. And generally in the Dharma teachings say that, for instance, if you practice Vajrasattva, best is you sit in front of your master and share your faults, and then commitment that I will not engage this again, something like that. And then if you are not in front of your masters, then you should stay in front of the altar room, in front of tankas, and mentally you share that's what you happened, these things, and at least remember. And so that's why I think sometimes it's better to stay in the temple. Yeah. Thank you, Khenpo. Thank you so much. Yes.
We have another question in the temple.
Thank you, dear teacher.
Thank you.
You were just, prior to this question, the one before, you addressed collective karma. I am a veteran myself and an activist, like peace activist, environmental activist, among others. And usually I used to be told that, to concentrate on the practice and generating bodhicitta and sending it out to the world, because that's the best activity I could practice. But like the question prior, it's like, I feel that I have improved on my practice of reciting mantras and such, but there's still so much conflict in the world. And you said something that reminded me when you said being removed from witnessing suffering of the wars. I feel that as a society, as an American society, the public is largely engaged in consumption, and they do not bear witness to the suffering that their tax dollars create by bombing other people around the world. And also, like being a plant-based practitioner, like people say, like the suffering of animals is unfortunate, and you choose to eat whatever diet, and that's very controversial. But, it's no longer like when I tell people it's not just the slaying of an animal so you can eat it, but it's the fact that we're torturing them, we're holding them captive, and when we're taking their freedom and their autonomy and free agency, we're creating pain and inflicting all this suffering upon them. But when I bring these things up, some practitioners don't, it's like they say, oh, this creates suffering in my consciousness. But if we're not constantly aware of the suffering that we're generating, we're not creating, if we're any merit we're generating, we're canceling it because we're continuing to practice unskillful activities. So how does that balance out?
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, that's the head of this lineage, the Lord Jigten Sunggu. He mentioned in his book called it's calling it Buddha's single attention. So in this book, he mentioned that time we can change the time. That means generally we say this is degenerated time, but we can change it. That means degenerated time changes into fortunate time. So, for instance, right now here we have some Dharma friends. We are here together. So that's where we are practicing Dharma. So right now we can say this place is Pure Land. Especially we compare with some other places. There are war and some this conflicts happened in other places. If we compare between there, right now this 100% sure this is Pure Land. So because why this is this Pure Land? If you are asking this question, that is because right now we already generate bodhicitta beginning of this practice, and then still in our mind is right now full of Dharma. Right now that means our concentration and everything is in the Dharma. So that's where right now between us there's no any kind of problems. So that's where actually if still I emphasize about these things, right now there are many obstacles occur everywhere, every corners of this world. So that means I think it signals or it tells something to our practitioners. Right now you guys ready to promote your merit and practice more and flourish for us, flourish your compassion, loving kindness, and you should do it right now. Something like that. Probably they tells us something like that. And then how should we about the balance that those things is actually number one is we think, oh, this is the karma. This is the karma, and I don't care about this. This is the wrong view towards the karma. Oh, this is a karma and karmic results. That's why that happened, because of karma. If we don't have feeling at that time, we say because karma cause is delusion, ignorance. That's where this result of this karma is completely suffering, uncomfortable, and all these problems. That's where we give more compassion. We generate compassion. We generate compassion. Sometimes we cannot generate compassion directly. Those someone who has huge mistake, kind of mistakers. Some make a lot of mistake. We cannot project or we cannot generate compassion directly that person, but we vastly we generate compassion. That thing, all thinking beings, something like that. And then so compassion helps us a lot to be balanced. Or this is too negative, this is very good. So between there, then always we also make big hope towards good things, and we are upside about towards negative things. Generally, in general perception, perceive like that. Conception, I think, general, ordinary conception, perceive like that. But we should try to be balanced. That means we give more compassion. I think this experientially we can understand that if we arise compassion, then our mind is naturally relaxed. And if we ask a scientist to check our brain, probably I think a brain also start to relax or relax. It does not mean it doesn't work. At least its function is very kind of normal, very normal. And then the heart beating, everything becomes very normal. So compassion is, I think, very necessary. And then in the Dharma sadhana, it says, bring oneself as example and then help other beings. So that actually it says that sadhana talks this to the ghost, like a ghost, yeah, hungry ghost or ghost. Say you bring example by yourself. That means if you are suffering, then you are not happy, yeah, you aren't happy. Likewise, if you create suffering to me, I'm suffering. I'm not happy. So that's where we are same. So you don't want suffering, and I don't want suffering. It says like that. So I think this is the actually example, but I don't know how much related my speaking and this example right now. But the main thing is how to say, when we generate compassion, at that time our mind is peace, relax. So then we use this example, then compassion create peace, the environment, and then compassion can create peace or harmony in this world. So I think that's what I think. Okay. Thank you. If my answers are not clear, please repeat. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Are there any other questions in the temple?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we'll move to our online
Oh yeah.
Dharma sisters. If anybody has a question, please just, oh yeah, Rosemary's got her hand up here. If you want to unmute.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering, if we have an obligation, like a Samaya, to accumulate Vajrasattva mantras, but we don't use a sadhana, how should we visualize?
Oh yes. Best thing is one use sadhana. Yeah, but your question is if without sadhana. So the main sadhana is this mantra. Mantras are the main sadhana. For example, we have then it's the very after we recite the lineage prayers. This is after that. Then it says Om Sobhava Shuddha Sarvadhamma Sobhava Shuddha Ham. So all it mentioned all of the rest of these how to say recitations, and then sadhana has so that's where we should understand the meaning of this mantra. If we understand the meaning of mantra, then we can understand and how to visualize these Vajrasattva. We visualize the Vajrasattva's form as a tanka, or we visualize, focus on the mantra garland of Vajrasattva, which is more profound. Definitely, second one is more profound. Focus on the mantra garland is very important. And also then, for example, Om Vajrasato Samaya. So Om Vajrasato, if we don't understand, then the meaning of this mantra, we recite Om Vajrasato, and then we cannot image, at that time we cannot image Vajrasattva. And many people use Tanka, oh, this is a Vajrasattva, but when recite mantra, then between there has a very huge gap. Oh, Tanka, Vajrasattva is this, mantra is different. That's already it happens. Otherwise, if the Om Vajrasato, that means, oh, courageous one. What's the meaning of Om Vajrasato? Courageous one, like a hero. Oh, Vajrasattva means, then we can imagine, oh, there's courageous one. That means at least a being, a kind of like a person or being, yeah. And then, but that being is on Vajra. Vajra means union of compassion and emptiness. And Sato means courageous one. And then so that's why if we understand that through this mantra, then at that time we can visualize Vajrasattva perfectly. And then rest of this mantra explains Vajrasattva's qualities. And then we, in this mantra, we request Vajrasattva, please help me, please purify my obscurations, please remove my breakage, Samayas, or something like that. So that is very important. Sometimes that is more important than the Vajrasattva's picture or tanka. Otherwise, because we just fixate on the Vajrasattva's tanka, and then we recite mantra, but we cannot connect between that. That's that's where if one understand well the meaning of mantra, Vajrasattva's mantra, then without sadhana is okay. And then, for example, the main thing is we first we say Om Sobhava Shuddha Savadama Sobhava Shuddha Ham. At that time, all the phenomena are emptiness, and they appears from emptiness and then dissolve emptiness. So within my realization of emptiness mind, and then visualize like a Yadam deity. And after there's Vajra Argam Padam Pubam Duba Aloka, at that time we offer them. And then we say we like a Vajra Samadza, that means we have long recitations, but they all include Vajra Samadza at that time, Samaja at that time, invite all these wisdom beings. And Ja Hong Pang Ho and Pema Kamala Satan means then come to my lotus of heart, and then Ja Hong Pang will dissolve and become non-duality. And after then Atipuho Patichaho means prostration and praise them. And again, then we make our grandfather offerings. So then after Vajra move, that means then non-dual, it's rest, it's dedication, everything included there. So that's why if we understand this meaning of these things, then we can we are okay without particular sadhana. But if we don't have this kind of how to say, we don't understand the meaning of these mantras, then one keeps sadhana is very useful and very helpful. Okay. Thank you.
If anybody else in the Zoom room has a question, just raise your hand. And if nobody has a question,
Oh yes.
oh yes, we've got one here with Jay Larson.
Hello, Khenpo.
Hello.
This is a longer one. They're doing a sand mandala here of Medicine Buddha. So I'm researching a little bit more about Medicine Buddha. And I found that there is more than one Medicine Buddha. There's actually 8 Medicine Buddhas. And I'm trying to find out what the difference is between. I know Shakyamuni is one of the Medicine Buddhas. And I'm familiar with the lapis lazuli Medicine Buddha. But I don't know anything about any of the rest of them. Could you help me understand what the difference is between the rest of the Medicine Buddhas?
Oh, yes. Yes, actually, the Medicine Buddha, when we say Medicine Buddha, immediately we appear the lapis lazuli color one. And Medicine Buddha, he holds a begging bowl. In this begging bowl is filled to the brim by the what is called the Arura. That's his name of medicine. And then his right hand is on the Supreme Generosity Mudra. It rests on the right knees. The palm is outside and holds this Arura, the plants. So then usually sometimes we say 7, sometimes Medicine Buddha. For example, we say Bhangavati, Tathagata, Dachomba, Arhati, and then 7 types of Medicine Buddha. Sometimes we recite 8 types of Medicine Buddha. So when we say 7 types of Medicine Buddha, at that time we don't include Shakyamuni Buddha there. If we say 8 types of Medicine Buddha, at that time Shakyamuni Buddha is included there. So in the reality, these are the Medicine Buddha is this Medicine Buddha is how to say embodiment of the these 3 times of Buddhas. And then Medicine Buddha here special he has a special prayer and he actually commitment 12 great 12 he has 12 commitments. Among them the most important one is he said that whoever heard my name, then may they receive all of my powers, and may they recovered from their how to say disease. So in the usually they all same medicine, but the same one medicine Buddha, but they have different colors as we have 21 taras, but one tara, but we have different colors. So then Tayata Om Bayakanze Maha Bayakanze Raja Samungate Sohwa. So every medicine Buddhas belong or own the holds by this mantra. So then then in the relative level, if we try to introduce the beneficial of medicine Buddha, for example, some medicine Buddha helps us to remove, how to say, freed from illness of phlegm disease. Phlegm disease is engaging with wind. Wind is karmic winds, which is related attachment, desire. And some medicine Buddha helps us to remove, actually I say gallbladder disease. So that is related like heat and then angry emotion. It's the wind is like a upwards winds. So that's where this medicine Buddha helps this. And some medicine Buddha helps us to, how to say, sorry, film disease is related to ignorance, and wind disease is attachment. So main thing is that. And then another disease is some disease we call that the disease which like a pandemic or kind of these some disease or also are the we call it dune means the time of disease. So in degenerated time, because of people's negative karma, and then there are lots of disease coming. Is we call the disease occur. We call them time disease of time. So some medicine Buddha helps them, and then some medicine Buddha helps us to free from this disease. And then some medicine Buddha helps us from nature disasters, like hurricane or like this is earthquake and fire. So that's where there are different disease. Some we know, some we don't know the name of disease. So this medicine Buddha helps us through these ways. And that's where there are countless of medicine Buddhas, but we say about this 7 or okay.
Yeah, so it's almost like doctors. Like if I have something with my eyes, I go to the eye doctor.
Yes.
Something with my foot, I go to the foot doctor. So these different Buddhas. Do you happen to know off the top of your head what color is the one for the collective karma? The medicine Buddha or the name of the one for the collective karma? You said the one, the time one for degenerative times.
Do I know which medicine Buddha?
Right.
This we right now this the lapis lazuli one.
Okay.
That's why right now it's very kind of popular. Actually, there says we have another sadhana that's a daily practice of mine. So in this small letter, it mentions that some practitioners they don't agree many sadhanas, but they totally agree this sadhana. So that is this is very unique. Actually, we say, some sadhana practice is for the dead beings. Some practices of sadhana is for the living beings. Generally, we have that. It is not a mistake. It is also skillfully or through compassionately. We have that creates that. But this medicine Buddha we can practice for both because there are. If we divide it to all the disease. The one disease is disease of this life. Another disease is disease of next life. So that's where medicine Buddha freed from all of this disease. So right now the best, how to say, our medicine Buddha is this blue color one, and. Lapis lazuli color one, and then we Tiata Ombai Kanza Baya Kanza Mahabaya Kanza Baya Kanza Raza Samangata. So this is a short mantra, but everything is there. It actually repeat Milam Bendo Yoguji Jarpo, Milam Bendo Yoguji Jarpo. That means we should remember this mantra, the meaning of this mantra. And then, as you said, I totally agree. Some doctors are really embodiment of medicine Buddha. So medicine Buddha has many manifestations or embodiments. So that's where in Tibet, traditionally there the medicine has a very medicine is related Vajrayana. So that's why in medicine, Tibetan doctors need to learn a lot of kind of Dharma, especially like medicine parts. So in the Vajrayana, we mentioned 72,000 channels in our body, but in medical text it says there are 80,000 of channels. They can count this, and then they have we have to memorize the laws of the root text, and they are going to know lots of kind of time. For example, if we are going to check people's urine, and then there is a time to check with this urine, and also they are going to training lots of compassion. So when patients, they always said that these old doctors said that for new doctors, they said, if you are going to benefit patients, then you need compassion. Without compassion, only your medicines cannot benefit. Seems that is very kind of true, that some medicine helps a lot. They are not famous doctors. Some are very famous doctors, but people take their medicines, as they say it's quite difficult to recover. And there are, but my experience, I did not visit so much in the hospitals, fortunately. But there's some rules and regulations I should go. I visited some doctors or nurses. I really deeply rejoice them. They're all very kind, and that's then it's kind of proof. In Tibetan, all doctors, they always say, give advice to the new nurses or doctors, or you should you need lots of patience and you need lots of compassion. That's very true. It helps a lot to the patients. Just I say that. Sorry, it's actually not related so much there, but thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yeah,
Lots to learn.
thank you.
If there are no more questions, Khenpo, would you like to say something about
yes.
Samaya of empowerment?
Oh yes, actually, I remember here people are very often asked about the Samaya, and also many practitioners, they receive empowerment and teachings. So then when one receive empowerment and teachings at that time, then you have Samaya. So Samaya has two ways to explain. One way is Samaya means anyone knows what's the meaning of Samaya? Actually, you know, but anyone has some to say about Samaya? Or should I say?
Promise. It's basically a promise.
Yes, yeah, excellent. Promise. And how about Rosemary? Samaya is what's meaning of Samaya? Promise, if you agree.
It's also like a vow.
Vow, yes. Mm-hmm. That's great. How about if you explain in 2 words or 1 word? Samaya. Commitment, yes. And any of you like to share, or just okay? Promise. Or you agree with that? You too agree? How about you? Promise. Yes. You all know that. You all know. So I don't have anything to say about that. Otherwise, I prepared for many weeks to say something, but you know that. Then I have nothing to say. Actually, Samaya means in Tibetan Tamtsek. Tamtsek means Tam is usually Tibetan culture. It doesn't mention first name, second name so much, but some name is very long, some name is very short. But still, first, second, some I very rarely. I did not hear so much through my remembering when I was there. But anyhow, Tam is for the makes sense here. Tam is first name of the Buddhas, for example, and Yidams. We call Tampa. Tampa means excellent. For example, Garchen Rinpoche's very first reincarnation, Garchudengpa, he was Lord Jigten Sunggun's disciple, and Lord Jigten Sunggun did not call him Garchudengpa at that time, but he called him Gartampa. Tampa means actually excellent. So Tam means so this super one and how to say like the Buddhas and Yidam's name Tam. Tsik means their words. Tam Tsik from their side. Tam means these Buddhas and Yidams. Tsik means their words. So what do you think? What is their words? Their words is Sutaras and Vajrayanas. Yeah. So in the Sutarayana way, we don't use Tamtsik or Samaya. We use Domba. Domba means a vow. Yeah, exactly. Both is commitment, a promise, and a vow. Actually, same. And in the Vajrayana, we call Samaya means this the Samaya. Yeah, we don't so much say vow, but in the reality that is vow. So Tamtsik, and this is from their side, and from the student said means from our side. What should we think? Tamtsik means if we commitment. That means we listen. We say, I'm going to listen what you say, and I'm going to follow your path. So we commitment, or we vows, or we promised, and then this is like a bamboo. Tamtsik is like a bamboo, and we are like a snake. The example is like that. If in a bamboo, there is a snake. That snake has only two doors to go. Perhaps go forward, perhaps come back. Come back means just fall down. So likewise, this Samaya is very kind of powerful, because Samaya can burn over negative karma if we keep well this. And if we do not keep well, Samaya burns us over life. That means Samaya punish us. So that is the main thing. And then empowerment. For example, you receive empowerment of Tara. You are going to recite Tara's mantra. Actually, the number it mentions 100,000 for each syllable. For example, in the Tara, this 21 Taras mantra, we call it. It has Om Tare Tutere Ture Sofa, 10 syllables. So each syllable one should recite 100,000 times. So that's where we are going to recite millions of this mantra. And then this is about mantra. And then another mantra, another Samaya of this is then one frequently give rise compassion and loving bodhicitta towards sentient beings. And then another thing is there is often visualize these. Today we meditate on the Tara's wheel. Meditate on there. So that's where. Then there is also Samaya of form, Samaya of speech, Samaya of mind. So Samaya's form means we visualize Tara's form frequently, and sometimes we try to visualize all these appearances are Tara's form, and sometimes we visualize that all the mantras, all the sounds are Tara's mantras, and our thoughts are the nature state of mind or non-duality. So this is the briefly how we keep with Samaya with Tara. So okay. Do you have question? I thought you have. Jay?
Yeah, I just had a question. If one day we don't do, but I'm not going to say we. One day I don't do the vows, I don't do the recitations. One of the lineages, there was something to reestablish or something, the Samaya. There was something to be said or chanted or whatever. Is there anything that needs to be done to repair the Samaya, or if there was a day when it wasn't done?
Oh, yes. So, yeah, Vajrasattva mantra. You recite Vajrasattva mantra. The short one is okay. In generally, short one, Om Vajrasattva Hong or Om Vajrasattva Ah, both are fine. So you recite this, and then sometimes you have time, then recite 100 syllable mantra. So if you recite this mantra, then sometimes you are not particularly, you are means one does not follow particular lineage is okay, but that one is follow Buddha. So that's why 100 syllable mantra is also the name of 100 deities, 58 wrathful and 40 peacefuls. So all these are all the yadams included there. So this is a very energized or energetic mantra. So okay, thank you. Oh yeah. Then we dedicate. Please give rise Bodhicitta, and then if you open this book, I think page 28 in the bottom of this verse. Chancho Zenjo Renpo Ma Je Ba No Je Jor Je Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Ya Gon Ne Gon Do Be Wa Jo. May Bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, you all.
Unmute online if you want to say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time, next Sunday.
Sounds good.
Take care. Be well.